Okay, are we ready to do this?
It's ready else all over, babe. Hey.
Here we go.
Hold on, man.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Thought you said you were as ready as
I'm
you'll
good
ever
now.
be.
I'm good now.
Now you're more ready.
I'm more ready than I'll ever be
All
for
right.
5 minutes.
And we're ready. Let's do this. Here we go.
Let's do it, buddy.
In 3,
2, 1.
No, okay, I need to. You're not supposed to talk.
Oh, that's right.
In 3.
2, 1.
Stop it. In 3. Welcome, Blazin Nation, to the Contact Buzz. We call this one Hang On, Sploofy. Sploofy, hang on. This is the show for canna connoisseurs, budding entrepreneurs, kush bunnies, and anyone else living that green party lifestyle. Woo! This show is for adults only, so if you're over 21, check your ID with the bouncer at the door and come on in. Coming up in today's show, we visit one of California's marijuana meccas.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about what sucks when it blows. And we talk about cannabis and your furry friends. Not your furry friends, but your furry friends. All that and more coming up on this episode, so stick around, toast your tannins, and catch the Contact Buzz. Now, he's in the know, he can grow, he hosts the show, it's Guillermo!
Welcome to the show where we bring you the latest and greatest news of cannabis from around the globe and around your neighborhood. We're located in a secret facility somewhere.
Super top
Southern
secrets.
California, buried deep underground.
So deep it will never be found.
We record live every time we do this, by the way.
That's right, live to
From
tape,
the
baby.
secret facility. And we are always recording live somewhere in the Green Rush capital of the world. That's right, The Contact Buzz, which you could find us at thecontactbuzz.com. And make sure to check out our social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and what was the other one? The Twitties?
We got the Twitters,
The Twitties?
the Instagrams,
okay,
the
all right.
Facebooks, the YouTubes. Oh, since the last episode, we're also on SoundCloud.
Nice.
The
audio
Contact Buzz
portion.
over there, so
That's
you guys
great.
can actually download and follow us on SoundCloud and get the audio only.
So
rip of this broadcast.
yeah, if you're like me, sometimes you're sitting in traffic for hours.
Oh God,
So if you just want to spend a little time with us,
that's
feel
right.
free to go to SoundCloud.
Find us over there, and of course, with any of the stories that we cover today, we always have those up on our website, thecontactbuzz.com. So you can always head over there and find more information.
Right on. All right, so the show starts off with the question of the week.
Question. Of
All
the
right,
week.
we always talk about this, RJ, so we thought we'd talk to you folks out there on the interwebs and in the world, on the world. If you're a flat
international
earth worlder,
audience.
everybody. Okay, so what is your favorite way to consume cannabis? Could be tea, could be edibles,
So many these
could be
days.
dabs, could be
We got waxes and shatters
right,
and all that good
vapes
stuff.
and tools and tech and all kinds of good stuff, which we're going to get into later today.
That's I went
RJ,
first last week. You go first this week. What's your?
I'm hands down a flower pipe connoisseur. There's nothing better than taking a beautifully cured cannabis flower from any particular strain, for the most part, and then taking it and grinding it up, opening the grinder, and you click it maybe once or twice to let that shake down, and then you take a whiff, and it's just
So good.
It could be
So good.
it could be walking through a pine forest to opening up an orange or a blueberry or some cheesecake or
Just some
hash
cheese.
or
Some of the good old
man,
cheese,
there's
man.
just so many. So definitely flower, definitely pipes. I do like bongs as well, but I tend to gravitate towards pipes. So what's it going to be, buddy?
So, also, creme de la creme, hands down.
Le crème.
Le creme
The crème. De la crème.
is going to be the flour. Like you said, you know, you've already said it. But here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll add to the conversation. A close second to the flour is the vape pen. I think that the on-the-go kind of just the
incognito and
portability
on
of
the
it,
go. I get it.
Exactly. Like, that was a game changer.
But here's the
Absolute
thing.
game changer.
When you, I don't get the same high, and I find that's part of the processing that's involved to make the concentrate into the liquid that can be heated in the element that turns it into the vapor and yada yada yada. Right?
It's a lower temp burn, so they have to use like a glycol or something like that. I think
vegetable glycerin.
Glycerin.
Right. And so, for me, my preference is to. I know burning changes the structure of everything, in the plant material. There is a smoke, but that's where I feel you could get the nature's recipe for the high, and you get to really experience all with more senses that way than with the vape. And so I get a more complete and total experience when I use a pipe instead of a vape. But I do dig the vapes, don't get me wrong, definitely for specific applications.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
I think one of the things too that with the base flower is it's as God intended. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not. It hasn't been altered. Like
right.
if you're going to do anything,
old school,
you have to
man.
compare it to the control sample, which would be just straight off. Good cure, grind it up, throw it in a bubbler or even just a pipe or something along those lines.
Yeah, definitely.
Then from there, you can look at a concentrate and you can say, okay, well, this is supposed to be a super lemon haze, but like now I know what a super lemon haze is, and this is not a super lemon haze.
And you don't have to have like this briefcase and a blowtorch,
right?
What I mean? You pop the briefcase open and you like put together this ensemble of glass pieces that interconnect in this like elaborate way, and then you bust out this.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And if you're really down, you have the thermometer there to
but that's
to gauge
some
the
people.
temps.
Some people all about that dabbing life.
The rig, man. They got the rig.
Damn.
So, it's much more simple, I guess, for guys like us. We just grind it up and put it in a pipe. But bongs definitely are up there. Vapes, I think, are cool, too. But our preference seems to be the same this time. Wow.
Ooh,
now, you guys out there on the
Lining up.
interwebs, please tell us what your preference is and why.
Absolutely.
Some people really, really... a friend of mine I was on the phone with yesterday, he just loves edibles, and it just works for him. And that's cool. I think edibles are
edibles
awesome.
have just, I don't know, it's at the bottom of my list. Like I've just never been able to. Maybe it's something about like I just need to learn a little bit more about edibles and the dosing and the different things like
Definitely
that.
dosing is the key with edibles.
Yeah,
you don't want to go overboard because then you're in for basically a wild ride. You might feel like you're dying. Everything's fine. You're going to just sleep it off and nothing's going to happen. You're not going to die.
That'll have to be one of our
sometimes
questions of the week. In
do you have a nightmare story?
Yeah, nightmare story of edibles, because not everybody. I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of the people that I know that have tried it, like especially the first time, some of them are brave enough to hop back on the horse and head back out and try it again, and they end up liking it and figuring it out or whatever. But yeah, I know the first time I tried it, it wasn't a horror story, but it was definitely more than I expected it to be. Yeah, I think that's commonplace. And then it was just it's different. It's a different type of.
I got a funny story
effect.
for you. Okay, remember back in the day, we're talking like a good more than 10 years ago, I was making edibles for a while, right?
Sure.
Did you ever try one of my lemon
cakes?
You
got me some cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
In fact,
you went on a road
that's
trip.
Right. The road we did my wife and I, we did a road trip. This was 6-7 years ago.
Mosquito.
Whoa, it was a big one. I saw that on camera.
You see that? Jeez.
Yeah, no, it was all right. 6 years ago, I think. Now we went on that big road trip, and I hit up G because I was paranoid about taking flour with me everywhere. And you were like, "Oh, dude, brownies! I'll make you up some brownies." Man, geez, those brownies! I'll have to. So we got to get into some of the stories, but remind me to share my run-in with the state troopers on the way back.
Scary.
Well, and about 2 brownies into it too. It was
paranoia.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just tell you this story. I got to tell you this story. It's funny because I felt horrible. Okay, but one time during this time, I was making baked goods and kind of doing my thing with the baked goods. So I made one batch that was at, let's say, a strength level of about here. And for people who are listening to the show, I'm putting my hand up off the table about a foot, maybe 18 inches.
Give it a number, like
Give
a
it
5
number.
out of 10.
A 5 out of 10 in strength.
Okay, 5 out of 10.
And so I had some requests to increase the potency because it was a subtle effect and they were looking for more of a stronger effect, especially for pain. And so I did increase the strength. I doubled it. And
Jeez. Did it have
here's what happened.
Did it double or did it compound?
So some people threw up.
Oh,
they got so over
right.
The right level of where you want to be in terms of dosage that it was too strong. So, I had friends that were like, the brownie was great and this and that, but then I slept for like a day, and I felt horrible because during that time, and this is over 10 years ago, we were experimenting with the dosage, and that's what a lot of people's argument in the industry has been with edibles, and that it looks like candy and stuff that kids might get a hold of. Thank goodness no one's going to die either way if they got a hold of it, but look for stuff that's clearly labeled and packaged correctly. Anyways, that's my little story.
It's definitely one of the reasons I think a lot of people go for the the legalization and everything along those lines, so that we can get testing done and different things like that, and you can actually produce different compounds
we need that
in a lab setting before just trying them out on brownies on your friends. All right.
I won't tell you the part about my grandparents.
Oh no. Let's not. Let's skip into our first story here.
All right.
Now, brace yourself for maximum cuteness. Boom. Aww.
It's just so cute.
So cute, puppy.
I wanna love him and squeeze him and hug him and go
I don't know.
coochie to his face.
We had
shake him a little bit.
We had a cute puppy that was here. Zed was here a little bit, but I don't know where he went. I think he's like
the resident studio dog.
They're shooting. I want to be noisy.
Underground.
I want to go outside. So here we have a story that we just released on the Contact Buzz. I think a day or two ago. And
increasing market share
and it goes,
into the industry.
It goes almost along the lines of a public service announcement, I would say, because I think a lot of people look like, for example, Zed, my dog. He has a huge problem with fireworks, and in the neighborhood I live in.
Oh, right, calming.
Well, in the neighborhood I live in, it's 4th of July all year long around here.
Dodger game, fireworks.
Right.
4th of July fireworks.
We don't even hear
birthday fireworks.
Right, the stuff. We got just neighborhoods,
barbecue, fireworks.
Neighborhood mortars and stuff going off and everything along those lines. It's all year long like that. So,
yeah.
Zed is what I would say. He on
shell-shocked,
on 4th of July, we definitely kind of get him like one of those little like huggy
you strap
jackets
him down with a
and
blanket.
Everything else. But I know a lot of people, especially some people that I've talked to, like they've experimented with cannabis and different things like that.
Sure.
Not THC, the CBD side of cannabis.
Right.
For the calming effects and everything else. And that's one of the big things I think a lot of people must first understand before they jump into this is, it is the CBD side of things that you want to look at.
You're not trying to get your pet faded?
Right.
Okay,
right.
okay.
That's it's not a dare. You know what I mean? Like,
I like what they said here about since it's getting a lot more public attention and growing in popularity, people are using cannabis on their pets. One must note that cannabis can be very dangerous for your furry friends if used incorrectly. This article will give you good information about different types of cannabis and the potential of using it on your pet. So that's the public service announcement part of it, I guess you said.
Right, and then activated THC, we talk a little bit about that in here, how it can, even small amounts can adversely affect pets for unpredictable durations. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but, even people who aren't like actively trying to feed their pets CBD or use it in a medicinal
they accidentally get into the stash.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying it's happened here, but it may have happened here.
I've seen that.
And it was very scary. You know what I mean?
Did your dog get the red eyes?
No, he's a bigger dog. He's
Chewy
a bigger
got
dog.
the red eyes. His eyes were just blazed out.
So he just got very, very mellow. You know what I mean? Like he became a 90-pound lap dog.
Yeah, don't freak out. Your dog will come too if he passes out.
Now here's the thing though. If that does happen, one of the things you want to make sure you do is, depending upon obviously how much is involved in this, that, and the other.
Right.
You want to monitor the dog very, very closely. But if it is a significant amount, if it's a few, decent sized nuggies or some concentrate, especially, or something along those lines, get him into the vet. Get the stomach pump going, all that good stuff. Because
I don't know about that. Whoa. I'm okay. So you're talking Chihuahua in a pound?
Yeah, no, I'm
probably going to need to get some pumping, or you could just probably just tip him over and it just pours out his mouth. Yeah.
A Chihuahua in a couple grams would be enough. Like, think about the body weight distribution.
I don't think they would die. Did it say they'll die?
But you don't know. You don't know. And
it's organic. It's not a poison.
It's a psychoactive effect.
It would freak him out. They might, act a little weird for a day, but then I think they'd snap out of it and they'd be fine.
Go get your dog's stomach pumped.
We'll get the people's words out there and find out. Pumping, no pumping. And do you have dog insurance? Because that's going to cost a shit ton. All right. But what's the moral of the story here, RJ?
The moral of the story, obviously,
there's medical benefits. This is to help with easing tension.
If you're doing it responsibly and you're dealing with the CBD side of the strain, there is definitely calming effects and different stuff like that. The key is to take it slow, take it easy. You don't want to just start them on what you think is a full dose, just like edibles with us.
Right.
It can affect people differently. It can affect pets differently. Start small, slowly increase. Expect it to take a while to actually see the results. Don't look for the results right away. And definitely keep them away from the THC side of things, especially if they're smaller dogs. Or cats even, you know what I mean? Like different, if you got rabbit around the house, like what if the rabbit gets into it? Like that's a small animal.
It's going to pass out.
With some of the potency in the strains these days, you just don't know. It's better safe than sorry. I mean, use your best judgment, but that's my recommendation.
Did you see the one where the cow's chewing up that big bush? And the guy goes, "Hey," and he turns around and he's like, and he just keeps chewing this branches. It's awesome, dude.
Is that like
I just think that animals.
Video?
Yeah, I just think animals since the beginning of time have been eating cannabis, and it's like they may barf or whatever, but I don't think they're gonna die. But maybe we should check on that and see. I have my doubts.
So, having authored an article on the site, we did check. We did see the recommendation is if
no THC,
no THC, and if it's significant. Like I took you off the screen, so people only seeing me on this one. If it's a significant quantity, don't mess around with it. Just be safe.
Cool.
It's your furry friends, your furry four-legged friends.
Your fur baby.
All right.
Moving
on. What do we got?
Moving along.
Let's see here. We got a special story coming out of Northern Michigan.
I like this story.
Northern Michigan. This is kind of in the vein of the industry. Just in general, it's one of the reasons we picked this story. We wanted to give it some attention, some love here. But Northern Michigan University is offering a degree that combines science and business in marijuana studies.
Right.
So all of you guys that want to go out and do marijuana and cannabis for a living, there's now a actual legitimate degree. And so the article comes from us.
And why would they want to do that, RJ?
Detroit Free Press is where we picked this up. They actually sat down with one of the students in the program as well to kind of talk to him about it. It's fascinating. But here's the thing: everybody hears, you got a degree in cannabis, studies. How much did you have to smoke on the midterm? You know what I mean? Like that's not what this is about. This is,
that's funny. That was a good one.
It's not quite what it's about. In fact, interesting fact: the program at Northern Michigan University actually is not using cannabis or marijuana at all because it's still federally illegal. So what they're doing is they're using other plants. They're studying the biologies and the different things that act similar to those plants. tomatoes, that type of stuff. Learning that type of, the sequencing, and I don't know. I'm not.
They have genetics, biology.
Sure, the biology of it, the science
and
of
liquid
it.
chromatography.
But then
That's
flip that
sweet.
around when you're not working in the greenhouse. You're learning business side of the industry, which.
Right.
Because of how new this industry is, I think that some specialty education for business is obviously beneficial.
For sure.
However, here's the thing, if you're trying to decide on this as a course of study, generally speaking, a lot of your business degrees are fairly much interchangeable. You know what I mean? Like, you have your specialties or whatever, but at the end of the day, a science and business degree is a science and business degree.
Right.
So,
So here's what I think is awesome is that the demand for skilled laborers in this sector, this industry, is, I think, going to be pretty big. And I think what growers are going to find is that they're going to have a hard time finding people who have any idea about these important aspects. I mean, look at, if you want to be a tester, how do you learn how to become a tester? Well, you can actually go and take these classes now and get a degree in gas and liquid chromatography, which I think is that's pretty sweet. But some of these other ones are pretty awesome too: accounting, financial management, biochemistry, soils, organic chemistry, biology, of course. So lots to study, lots to get learned on.
that's right.
But having a place to do it out in Front Street, I think, is also pretty incredible, because that's hopefully going to be the first step in seeing other states, like possibly maybe California as well, where people can get educated in a field that they want to be educated in and actually do the world some good. So,
Which
there's my soapbox.
kind of leads us into our next, our feature story. We actually took a bit of a field trip. We got out of the studio.
Yep. Woke up early and everything.
Oh my God, so early. Hopped in the truck.
Dude, was that traffic murder?
We left
from the very
we left
beginning
at 5
at
o'clock in the morning, and LA traffic.
5:32 actually.
Okay, so 5:30 in the morning, and LA traffic was already just a B today. It was, I mean, granted it's a Friday, so there's a little bit of a Friday thing to that, but still, no, it was. So, anyways, I'm not complaining. We hopped in the truck. We headed up to California City.
Yep.
California City, California.
2 hours and 20 minutes later, because we stopped at McDonald's for a minute.
That's right.
Well, it was I think it was 12 minutes. But anyways, so, and that breakfast was good, wasn't it?
Now, tell them why we decided that we wanted to go up there.
Because we wanted to see for ourselves if there was this huge bundle of construction projects just bubbling over with guys and trucks and unistrutting,
Well, I mean, we've seen
studs
stories
and whatnot
for a year now talking about California City.
right? And all the licenses got sold.
Yeah,
and
they started with 30 or 32 licenses or something like that. Instantly blew through those.
Right.
And expanded it out. Last I heard, it was another 100. Was the last round, and they're thinking about doing another round.
Another 100, huh?
Another 100 things. So we were like, okay, well,
let's check it out.
Let's scope it out.
We
right?
wanted to see the land use and see what other people were doing, and to the degree of construction and where people were at as far as the use of the land. We had some properties in mind that we wanted to survey ourselves, and we spoke to a realtor, which was pretty awesome. This dude's he's been in the industry down there for a while. So it was good to talk to him. Definitely an expert in knowing the pulse of California City.
That's right.
And
well, let's
it was
not
beautiful.
spoil it.
Sunrise.
Let's not spoil it.
Oh,
We're gonna now take
I am a
you guys,
spoiler.
We're gonna take you guys on the adventure with us to California City, California's alleged marijuana mecca. Enjoy.
G. What's up, dude? Where are we going?
California City.
It's a little dark out to be traveling.
I know, because it's like 4:35 in the morning right now.
Jeez. Let's do this.
so about an hour and a half outside of LA now. Just rolling into Lancaster here. Probably another 30-45 minutes from California City, thereabouts. If you look online, you do a little bit of research, you know, gold rush, green rush, all that good stuff's going on in California. There's a couple towns that pop up, and right at the top of the list is California City. But the thing is with California City is one of those bedroom communities that's really been struggling. Like their real estate market's been struggling, everything else. So, you know, they're looking at this as, you know, an opportunity to make a bunch of tax revenues and permit revenues and everything else, and really kind of help out. One of the things that if you live in California City, you're a resident, you actually end up paying a $150 just flat tax to help the city cover a shortfall of about $7.5 million, according to the stories that we've seen. So their idea is that this type of, you know, boom in their local economy is going to help residents offset that, kind of, you know, phase that out and bring that tax revenue from the businesses instead of from the residents. We're on our way out. We really want to know, you know, and I'm sure you guys do too, like, it's been a year, a little bit over a year since this all got started. What's things look like? What's going on out here? Do we have a bunch of building going on? Is everybody getting ready for January 1st? Is there grow operations that are just sitting there, or are they operating? Like, that's kind of what our goal is today, to kind of take a look at California City and see what's happening out here. So we made it safe and sound here. Beautiful California City. Trying to find the city hall. Siri had us headed to this building that kind of, I think, is a library. We're hopeful. We're gonna take a look around here real quick and see what we find. So it looks like the city's just coming alive. I love small towns. No LA traffic. Like this is rush hour for California City right now. No one home?
Well, there's a cleaning crew guy there. He didn't seem too responsive to me knocking on the door. He kind of looked at me and was like, and then turned away. So it turns out that apparently the city hall closes down every other Friday, and this just happens to be one of those Fridays. And we checked on the website, and the hours are from 8 to 5, which is normal city hours.
8 to 5. Nothing on there about every other Friday business.
So, not the end of the world, but kind of funny. We're like, it seems a little quiet around here.
All right, so we've gone off the beaten trail, as it were. The paved road ended about 100 yards back there, and we've got at least a quarter mile that we got to go down this to hit a junction of another dirt road and head about an eighth of a mile back that way to kind of end up at one of the properties that was listed on the website, that is commercial grow and zoned and all that good stuff. One of these, you know, gold mines, as it were. But as you can see, this whole area is kind of that zoned stuff. I don't see anything really going on out here.
Airport is off in the distance there.
We've got just a few bumps to get through here. We'll be bringing the sedan out. Well, we're definitely not the first people out here. But I'd say as far as signs of civilization goes, this is it. Now we are smack dab square on the listed property coordinates that were listed online. And this is your bustling California City marijuana gold mines.
There's the airport. Surprisingly enough, there's water under here. About 200 feet deep. There's a bunch of water.
A year ago, the property out here was going almost $100,000 an acre, according to some reports. Nowadays, it's leveled off a little bit. You're looking $35,000-ish an acre, depending on kind of the area or different zones. Like this particular parcel here, that's about what it is, which is up significantly higher than it used to be. It was only about $5,000 an acre. But $100,000 an acre a year ago for this. It's amazing.
It's interesting how what we figured between some of the measurements we saw were between like 85 and 250 feet. There's a water basin, and the water flows in from these mountains along all around us, and it percolates through the ground and essentially is directly below us. There's high winds in this region, as well as extreme temperatures. When we first got into town, it was in the high 40s, and now it's already jumping up to the high 70s.
Right.
So there's a huge swing in temperature, but brightness and total sun exposure is incredible. Over 300 plus days, even more than 300 days of sun a year. So as far as growing crops is concerned, having that sunlight is definitely a benefit. And then of course we would want to be off grid, so we would do a solar array, so that would generate our power.
Plenty of that going on today.
This is California City is the city of the sun, I believe it's what the sign said.
That's right.
So let's go take a look at the airport.
Hey Mike, how you doing, buddy? One of the things we noticed when we were out there was just a severe lack of actual new construction yet. Is everybody kind of waiting till after January 1st, or is there anybody kind of planning to get up and running before then?
Well, I think the biggest problem is the city is just swamped. So the process of going through getting the land approved and then your building permits approved has probably slowed some of the people down. But I know that, I don't know if you talked to he's moving ahead. I know that at least one of my partners saw him walking into the city with a whole set of plans, so he's probably ahead of everybody as far as getting their plans approved. But as far as I know, everyone's just trying like crazy to get everything done, by January. As far as I know, the world's not going to stop on January 1st.
Sure.
You know, so, you know, this thing is just really starting to kick off.
So what you're thinking is that people are just trying to get their permits, get everything approved through the city, and then after January 1st, they'll start building out and taking their time and doing it that way.
That's my personal thought. I know that everyone's trying to get out of the ground, but you know, you have to deal with the city, you have to deal with the Edison company,
right?
You know, along with lining up all your money and everything else. So.
Speaking of Edison, I read somewhere that one of the things that California City was possibly being concerned about is maxing out the amount of power that's coming into town.
Yes.
Is that a legitimate concern, or I mean, do you know if the city's taking steps to address that?
Well, they have taken steps to address it, and so has SCE. But it is a legitimate concern because they have to upgrade their whole system to accommodate this.
Sure.
And then no one's even discussing the amount of growth that this is going to cause. You know, we're not going to have enough housing.
Oh,
they're going to employ maybe 2,000, 3,000 people in this industry, and we don't have them. So they're going to come from somewhere.
Sure. And as we can attest to right now, I mean, the drive is, it's not unpleasant, but it's definitely long coming from outside.
It's long, and also you can run into problems in the wintertime because we are high desert. So you can get anywhere from ice to snow.
Right.
Last time we spoke to the city attorney, she was mentioning something along the lines that everything has to be indoors. Have you heard anything about anybody using agricultural land or M1 land with greenhouses?
Well, greenhouses, I believe, are approved because they're indoor. There's not going to be any outdoor growing.
Gotcha.
Okay, so as long as there's four walls and a roof on it, doesn't matter if they're semi-transparent.
Right, and then they have all sorts of requirements on fencing and everything else, and you know, 24 hours surveillance and all that.
Right.
But also, we were talking with one grower that because we have two metal buildings of 25,000 feet, that they're going to put modulars in there.
Yeah.
So they actually assemble them inside the current building, and you know, they're all self-contained. So it's going to be all over the board.
So for entrepreneurs and, you know, everybody out there that's kind of looking at California City right now and thinking, you know, maybe they want to try to get a piece of this, is it too late, or what do you feel like, you know, the market's at right now there in California City? Is there places to still snag up, or pretty much tapped out?
Yeah, there's still quite a bit.
Cool.
Like I say, you really have to do your homework on access and power and water.
Do you have like an average price on kind of the stuff that's available right now that's already zoned or likely to be zoned?
Well, it's all over the board as far as price, because it's really dependent on if you're close enough to power and water. That's very expensive. So the stuff that we just listed is at $10,000 or $100,000 an acre. And like I said, we just listed it and got it rezoned, and we already have one piece in escrow. So it probably, depending on where the property is, if it has potential for power and water, you're probably looking at anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 an acre.
So we came out today because we were hoping to see something. We were hoping to see something actually going on out here. I mean, this is the marijuana mecca of California, supposedly, according to if you believe the hype. Now, I think they did have a rush on properties, but like you were saying earlier, like maybe that's not the whole story just yet.
Right, and there's other factors involved: transportation and clientele, and where the product is going to be moved to, as well as testing. So there's some questions that need to be answered. But as far as the land is concerned, yeah, I mean, to be able to operate a business that is not going to disturb anybody and create waves with the residents. I think the desert's got a lot of opportunity, and especially the price points compared to closer to the inner city, like let's say Long Beach or Los Angeles. So you better have your ducks in a row. You better be able to pony up some money to develop the land and to build it up to the building codes for the region. You may have to pave a road. You're gonna
Or two.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to dig a well, and you're gonna need to talk about solar.
All right, should we throw it back to us at the studio?
All right,
Back
at
to you,
guys.
RJ and G.
Thanks, RJ and G. You guys are doing a great job out in the field. I swear, those guys, they're on it, man.
They're hard workers,
they
man.
Get up early, they get in the traffic, they go do that stuff.
What would we do without them?
I don't know. I mean, seriously, I don't know. Anyways.
All right. You know,
All right, should I get into the legals, the legal beagles?
the legal brief with Legal G.
Legal G.
All right.
Not
we
too-
won't beat that. We won't beat that into the ground.
Start dancing on this ad.
So we've got a bunch of there's a bunch of legal meetings and stuff like that we like to keep our tabs on and kind of monitor. And we thought to ourselves, wouldn't it be great if
We monitored stuff that was legal?
no?
Oh, no. Well, the calendar. The calendar, right? We want to put stuff on the calendar so people will know.
You took all the momentum out of it.
Oh.
But yes, over on the
Oh, man, I was playing dumb and it sounded dumb, didn't it?
contactbuzz.com.
Jeez. That was a flop.
We've got a new feature up there, which is a calendar section.
Yes.
Where we're
highlights.
We're slowly filling it up right now. But we've
Brand
got
spanking new.
yeah.
people.
Give us a minute here. But we got a few things up there, a few of the meetings and different things like that. We're going to start putting up all the different cups and stuff like that are coming down the pipe.
Notifications from all your government agencies.
Right, where you can get tickets for everything, where those meetings are all being held, when they're being held.
Yep.
If you guys have something that you would like to put on the calendar,
Message us.
send us an email. It's RJ or
Call me.
G-E-E. So it's RJ at the Contact Buzz or G-E-E at the Contact Buzz. Just send it in to us. We'll make sure we get it up there. Gee, maybe you should send us an email.
Today.
But we do have a few things that we do want to highlight.
Yes, definitely want to highlight.
Coming down the pipe here. So let's see. The first, what was the first thing here? It was the
Well, there was
industrial hemp program, I think.
Yeah, there's. This is interesting for people to just stay informed. Essentially, there was a meeting in June 29th, 2017 to be exact, and they discussed some of the issues with hemp, industrial hemp. So if you want to stay up to date with all that sort of stuff, what they've been kind enough to do is give you the meeting notes so you can see exactly what they talked about when they talked about it and be abreast of the situation.
I think, isn't this
I said Bia. So anyways, I just want people to know, hey, stay on top of your industrial hemp. Check out the meeting notes. They don't meet every week or whatever. It's months and months before the next meeting. So that's out there.
Hemp is an often underlooked, still important part of this industry.
CBD, baby.
All right. The next thing
All right.
was the California Department of Tax,
Right.
the Norwalk office relocation. That's
You
right.
wanna
For
do
those
that
of you
one
guys
first?
in California here.
Special notice, okay? Be aware. These guys are moving. Okay, so they were originally Norwalk, okay? And they're moving to Cerritos. The address is on the screen, and we'll have the link down below for
those
you to...
for those of you guys listening, it's 12750 Center Court Drive South, Suite 400, Cerritos, California 90703-8594.
Right, so just be aware of it, that the offices have moved, and that's where you're going to be paying your taxes and doing all that jazz. And speaking of taxes...
No, nobody wants
Some
to...
new
Nobody wants to speak of
taxes.
taxes, man.
Beginning January 1st, 2018, if you sell cannabis or cannabis products, these are the percentages you are going to pay. I don't need to get into the whole thing. RJ's got it on screen there, and check the link. You can just take your time and read it. It's not too complicated. A couple highlights: $9.25 per dry weight ounce of cannabis flower, and $2.75 per dry weight of ounce of cannabis leaf. And there's also a 15% excise tax imposed on the purchaser, which right now the distributor is the one that deals with that. So yeah, go down to the CDTFA website and check out all the details, but that's basically the way it goes. Oh, one other thing. A tax on the cultivation of cannabis that enters the commercial market is imposed upon cultivators. Cultivators are required to pay the cultivation tax to either a distributor or a manufacturer, depending on the nature of the transaction. The cultivation tax rates are, again, that $9.25 and $2.75. So be aware of where the tax building is at now, and be aware of the tax rates that you're going to pay, and start getting yourself familiarized with the procedures and the forms.
That's right.
So that's
January
your legal
1.
brief, brought to you by Mr. G. Okay.
Speaking of brought to you by, our next segment actually does have a shout out that goes along with it that we need to do.
Yeah.
GLD in Anaheim hooked it up with a nice
GLD.
Anaheim is a green light district, so check them out on Weed Maps, all that good stuff. But they hooked it up with a THC clear cone for us to use while we test. What was it we were testing?
Well, personal air filtration systems. Now, when I mean personal, I mean this right here is one good example. Here's another one. We rated these, and I think you're gonna like what we came up with, because
we also
did
rated this
actual
one.
test. The DIY. Hey man, if you don't have any money to go buy something and you need to, thank you very much.
So, again, for those listening, we tested the Sploofy, the Smoke Buddy Jr.,
right,
the Smoke Ghost, which we've got some thoughts on the Smoke Ghost, and a DIY paper towel tube with dryer sheet rolls. We shot those. We did a shootout.
That's old school, man.
Side by side.
That's college days.
And we hope you guys enjoy that. Check it out right about...
Hey!
Oh, wait, no, finger guns. Ready? Go. Welcome to the shootout. Right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa, quick draw. Welcome to the shootout. No, two. Ta-ta. Welcome to the shootout. Welcome to the shootout. All right, whatever. He's always packing the big heat. As always, we got G.
Hey.
And I'm RJ. And this is the shootout for personal air filters.
Personal air filtration systems.
Personal air filtration systems. There's an acronym there somewhere. Today we are shooting out the Sploofy. Look at that sexy boy there.
And then somebody from the design team of the Ghost or Smoke Ghost. Little rip-off action, maybe? Same colors.
So we got the Smoke Ghost, the Sploofy, and then I think this is the crowd favorite, the Smoke Buddy, one of the originators, if I am not mistaken, or at least this is the one I see online everywhere. These other two I had to do a little bit of digging for.
All right, and let's say you can't come up with your own personal smoke filtration system.
That's right.
You can always make one.
You can.
Yep, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how.
No, show me how.
Okay, I'll show you.
You guys can watch too.
Okay, I'll show everybody. Okay?
All right.
This is how easy it is. First, you want to take your common household paper towel roll or toilet paper roll, whichever you'd like.
Doesn't have to be the full size.
What you will need is a paper towel roll or toilet paper roll, some dryer sheets. I like to use 3. Some people use 2. Some people use more, depends. Use the dryer sheet that suits your smell best. So These are April Fresh. This is like your clotheslines are sitting on.
I believe that is Springfield.
This smells like Richmond. Springfield.
Really?
You can use any fragrance that you like. It's as simple as taking one of these bad boys and crumple it up, stick it in, nice and easy. Do it again, crumpalina. Your last piece will cap it off. Okay, this is where you take your handy dandy rubber band.
Show them that on the.
Check this out. So you take your handy dandy rubber band, stretch it over the top.
There you go.
And there you go. Now you have your own homemade DIY personal air filtration system. Look, everybody out there, you may have probably have experienced that. Sometimes you're in an area where you can't smoke, or it's just gonna be an attention getter. Well, this may help stay away from it, right?
Well,
Let's see how well they do, huh?
Yeah, theoretically, if you're living like with roommates or you're spending the night at somebody else's house, you're doing a little bit of traveling, something along those lines. So we're gonna shoot these out and see which one of these actually performs the best, and then overall whether or not they hold up to G's DIY special. This is the Sploofy. Now the Sploofy, it comes in.
Look at that.
Okay, looks
Look
like
at that.
we won't talk about what it looks like, but if you twist that bottom part off, so you can actually with the Sploofy just replace the cartridge itself.
So just that part.
Right. You can buy these like by the
mouth.
These here you can buy them by like the 3-pack or individually off the website.
It's got this gasket here. It looks like a rubber gasket for airtightness.
That's right. So when this is all used up, or if you've got some buddies that also Sploofy, you guys can like keep your own mouthpiece, I guess, and share the cartridge.
Cool. And this is odorless, smokeless, and discreet is what they claim. This is a company in LA. All right, why don't you pop that one open?
Give that a blow too, because that's actually pretty comparable to your DIY here. And one of the things I had heard on a couple of these is that they can be a little harder to. Don't trombone.
I just sprayed all this saliva in there.
So just about the right.
Just kidding.
Just about the right compared to this, right? Nice and easy. Doesn't have a lot of resistance. Now, I think.
Oh yeah, this does feel like I can blow easier out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's pretty decent little airflow.
Okay, airflow.
So next, let's jump into the Smoke Ghost.
Definitely.
You
wow,
just gotta
fragrance.
Right. Pick it up. Now that's why I picked this one up. Is this one has
strawberry or something?
6 different possible fragrances.
Okay. What do they got?
They got Daisy Dream,
Jasmine's nice.
Jasmine Jazz, Lavish Lavender, Lucky Lemon, Strawberry Star, and Magic Mint. This is the Strawberry Star one because I'm a big berry fan. But
smells good, like a scratch and sniff. Just want to see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at there's a inside there's a little cartridge. Think it comes out? No.
Probably not. But let's see. Yeah. Okay. So it does. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but you can see inside there. There's the cartridge, the blow through. But now put that back on.
Listen.
Oh, see, it's 2 parts.
So it's a dual.
So this is the charcoal.
Filtration.
This is the scent.
Deodorization
Yeah.
and filterization.
Okay. So we pop that back on there, but give this a blow. I already tried it during when we were setting everything up. That is not broken.
Wow. So the airflow on this is quite hard to get out. It almost like you're blowing into a wall.
Yeah, definitely you got to have some lung capacity with this one, but
The mouthpiece is better on this. Huh?
I'm gonna predict that this is gonna do a really good job of covering the smell, just because it adds the scent element to it. So, depending on how much you really need to mask.
Okay, and then let's look at the Smoke Buddy.
That is rough, but that might be your ticket.
Okay, now the Smoke Buddies. Look at the shape of it. Definitely different. It comes with this cap.
Keep everything
with
sanitary.
a lanyard. Just don't shoot it off like I just did.
The thing with that though is like this is weird because it doesn't
they
actually.
They should have connected it to that.
Yeah, there's no way to like.
Because that's gonna get lost for sure. Some pillows or in your backpack get lost.
So basically, yeah, this probably gonna go away. You're gonna end up left with this.
Don't lose it, man.
Well, it probably like you know, you throw this in your back.
I guess when you're
backpack,
done, like as a routine.
Sure, but like okay, even there, you throw that in your backpack and that gets banged around like that didn't.
Well, because you want that cap because you don't want stuff
sure,
to
you
fall
don't
in
want
there.
it.
I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a crevasse, a smell crevasse in there. And then this side,
That's the
the
exhale
fins.
side.
Okay, so here we go. Let's try.
So
it.
give that the old puffy puff.
Okay, so airflow more along the lines of this one.
There we go. There's the lineup.
Okay. So better airflow, only a single stage of filtration, let's say.
Sure.
But it also has, it's deodorizing.
No,
right?
that's true. With the
smell that
the
ca-
smell of the dryer sheets.
The hot
it's-
air, when
it's
you blow
similar
it
to
out,
this.
it smells like you.
It smells like a fresh
April
country stream.
Let's
and-
see how it holds up, man.
All right.
Let's give it a run.
We've
Let's give it a run.
we've been given a little bit of a treat here to test these out. We've got a
Take a look at that in the interwebs.
a THC clear. I guess that's TH clear. I don't know. They spell it
in a
TH
clear glass
THC
container.
It's one of their cones. They're pre-roll cones. We picked this up from our friends down at GLD Anaheim.
Smell that. It smells pretty great.
Green Light District representing. Ooh, that is tasty. Tasty smelling.
What would you say the terpene profile of that is?
Delicious. Let's go ahead and strike that up.
I'm gonna go with airflow in terms of airflow of the manufactured personal air filters, meaning this particular baby, which is the Sploofy. The Sploofy with the ghost forming cloud. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, so lighting the Sploofy
The spliff
for
for the
this
sploof.
Here we go.
You're probably not going to strike up a full. Did you take a hit?
No smoke came out.
No, absolutely no. It's hard to tell with the normal smoke that's in here for probably people watching. But all right, here we go. Maybe let's try.
But see, we're seeing the problem with personal filtration. Unless you're in a bubble, the smoke's gonna get somewhere. No smoke came out.
Holy crap!
Okay, so that's
No real smell
no
even.
smell. No smell. No
All right. That's
All right.
good marks for the Sploofy.
Try this one then. Okay. No smoke. Just a tiny little bit.
Well, it's coming out the chamber in the back there.
Tiny little bit.
It's the stuff that didn't get processed. Here, definitely making better marks in the smoke removal than the homemade device. Look at that. Absolutely nothing.
Wow. Okay.
All right, now the brick wall.
Pretty cool. No smoke. Oh.
This one definitely
Smoke
smokes.
came out.
Wow. Okay. And it's actually, oh man, pushing that hard to push through. Like, give that a try. That's a bit of a ride.
Sucks?
Well, it doesn't suck.
All right, here we
but
go.
it sure doesn't blow. Oh! Clear it out. Oh yeah, look at that right there. Okay.
Do you smell it?
I smell.
No. So it smells like strawberries.
It's strawberry, but it's still smoke. Like,
Okay. Well, wait a
like
minute.
it definitely. I guess we have to add a category: smoke removal, because this zero smoke, this 99%
virtually no
smoke, this pretty smoky. All right, let me hold that.
This has got so much air. Whoa.
Whoa, man!
Technical difficulty.
Getting all crazy with it. Yeah, that's definitely. Although
There's a smell though.
there's a little bit, but not much. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Let's try that one more
I
time.
don't smell it.
Let me give that a.
So that smells like the dryer sheet.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so definitely better airflow.
All right, so I think we've got some pretty significant results here.
Yep,
Okay,
definitely.
let's start with the DIY.
Okay.
Definitely helped out a little bit with the smoke smell.
Airflow is great. Cost super low.
Super low.
In a pinch. And you know what I'm thinking is we make
In a pension, if you have a window.
right. I think that's a pretty good idea too. If you're outside or you have a window and you don't want the neighbors to smell or whatnot.
This would be perfectly adequate for like if you're out camping You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe
Yeah.
you've got some close neighbors or whatever that's got a bunch of kids, and you don't want to have that smell wafting over the neighbor's
Right.
campsite or something like that. But the smoke isn't a big deal. You could probably use something along these lines.
It definitely deodorized.
Right.
It didn't eliminate.
No.
So
Which brings
there
us
you go
to,
with
I
this
think,
one.
Smoke Ghost. So this one was, like, what did you say, blowing through a brick wall is basically a super adequate way to describe
And
that.
what was
Now,
kind of trippy is that when you're blowing through, air comes out, but then it takes like a second or two for the smoke to come out.
Right.
And that was kind of trippy because then even after you stop smoking, the smoke comes out. So
Well,
some kind of vortex of
No.
air is created inside.
Or what the problem was that I experienced. I don't know about if he ran into some vortexes while he was
dense smoke.
doing this one, but I think what it was is when you're blowing through this, it's so little air that's actually flowing, and when you take the hit, like you have you suck
Right,
it in, you have
right.
a bit of oxygen on top of it, so you are blowing it
So
out.
effort is over
But
the
that
top.
time is like how long it takes to actually expel just that little breath you take at the end of a hit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, not my favorite. I do like the size. It's kind of small, and you know
Yeah.
the smell and everything
It
along those
smells
lines.
pretty good. I would say best features about this is definitely size and the smell.
Right. I would say, short of like the smoke factor, this actually performs pretty well.
Okay.
If you're in a situation like it performs well. I didn't say it was pleasant to use.
Right.
But if you're in a situation where you that's what you got your hands on or something along those lines, yeah, I'd still use it.
Right. Nothing came out.
Absolutely
No
brilliant.
smell, no smoke.
No.
So that's pretty impressive.
And I would say this one too. The only
that one was also pretty good.
the Smoke Buddy Jr. The only smoke that you would actually get was coming
Trapped
out
in there.
the mouthpiece after taking it away. You'd get like
Right.
that little
That doesn't
circular
happen
that didn't
here.
get pushed through.
It's just a straight. What was it? Looks like about an inch.
So between the two of
channel,
them, though,
air
since
channel.
we got a kind of a tight race here, I would say this one has definitely some draw on the. Like it's not bad, but there's definitely a bit of draw on the exhale.
And you also said that this is what $16, $15?
I want to say
And that's 20.
This one was the more expensive
Okay.
of the two of these. This is very pocket sized.
Right.
It's
Right.
ideal.
So drawbacks now. Let's just do that real quick. One thing I want to just point out, just because I can, I don't like the fact that somebody copied somebody here. You know what I mean? They're virtually identical
Yeah.
designs.
They just added the smell part.
The aesthetics is slightly different, but like somebody saw somebody's plans and then went, "Oh, let's make our own."
Yeah, I don't know who was first to market with the Ghost.
Right.
But the Ghost definitely gives me the heebie-jeebies off this.
See,
Haha, see what I did there?
Halloween, I guess, is around the corner.
Sure.
This
So-
feels the most complete, right?
You pay a little bit more, I think, for the quality in this, but there's definitely...
Where you have two pieces, you have the gasket.
even from the way that this, like listen, hear the... Like
It
there's
fits
There's a
perfectly. It
click
clicks
there.
into place.
This is
Yeah,
machined and it's brilliant. And with this, from a design standpoint,
They fail on this. This is the part that they lost
they
points
just
for.
they just
I know.
needed
Why
a
not
little-
just a little plastic
just a little
tab?
thing there, so you could just
Right.
so it doesn't get lost in your
Right.
backpack.
Or even a band. Like what we could probably do DIY
Yeah.
fix this.
Here we go.
Yeah.
DIY fix for your Smoke Buddy Jr.
So
Stand by.
If you do it, I would say maybe you can take a rubber band.
There it is.
But again, we're making the effort and taking the time to remedy the problem. But all in all, the design is good. The weight is good. This one is I mean, they're very close.
All right.
This one feels
Final thoughts
pretty light.
of the shootout. Which one are you grabbing and putting in your
If you
bag?
have the money, spend it.
Yep.
Better build, functionality, airflow. This one won.
I gotta agree. We're gonna go with the Sploofy.
Take a look at that. And you know what's cool? They even throw in a sticker. Is that nice? Is that nice? I think it's great.
All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this shootout. I think we're done here, so let's throw it back to the studio. Back to you, RJ and G.
Thanks, RJ and G. Those guys, I swear. I mean, they're out there doing things, making things happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Those guys get to do all the cool stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they were there. They were testing out all those things.
They got to test.
They get the best part of this job.
That is a perk. That is definitely a perk, and they don't have to drive afterwards, so that's always nice too.
Right.
Just sit back, relax, and test stuff.
All right. So
what was your favorite again? What did you?
I'm a Sploofy guy. Give me a Sploofy.
That's this one, huh?
That's right. Well, which one were? I think you were a Sploofy as well.
I think the airflow and no smoke comes out and no odor comes out, and the construction and the components. Definitely my choice, and we'll have a link for you to buy. But this one was a very, very close second, and this we'll have a link for Amazon, and you'll be able. This is a slightly less expensive unit, but still no smoke.
And bear in mind that
smell.
the special edition there is not included.
The rubber band is not included on this.
That's a TCB modification.
Correct. And then the one that we liked the least, but did work. Okay, it did work. And if size matters, and I know for some of you it does, this might be a good alternative. And this is going to be on our website as well, so you can link to get it on Amazon. And again, these are a little bit less expensive.
And you need to have
than
really
the
good
Sploofy.
Really good lungs with that one.
And then, of course, our DIY unit. And I think maybe what we were talking about backstage was instead of 2 dryer sheets on the inside, maybe putting 4.
Or packing them in there a little bit more dense too.
Right. Maybe would reduce the airflow slightly, but also would deodorize a little bit more.
Right.
Make sure you have an open window for this bad boy because smoke's coming out. So yeah,
but under $1, you can't beat it.
Right. In a pinch, you need some personal air filtration. Definitely the way to go. So yeah, I hope you guys like that stuff.
Ooh, you know what that sound means? It means we're starting the show.
Oh
yeah. No, wait. I'm sorry. We're ending the show.
Oh, you got me scared because I'm like, do we have to take another take?
It also means we're ending the show.
We're ending the show.
It's been another great episode.
Definitely.
Let's recap real fast. Question of the week.
What is your favorite way to consume cannabis?
That's right.
Mine is a pipe.
And
yours is a pipe. Well,
we're both leaf guys.
Flower.
Flower. Sorry, flower guys.
You're all seeds.
It sounded weird.
Seeds, man.
Sounded weird to say
seeds.
flower guys. Right after that, cannabis and your pets, making sure that your pets are staying healthy and
don't THC them up.
Don't give them the THC stuff. And then, of course, Michigan U making waves, making some moves up there. Get yourself that cannabis degree.
Learn what you got to learn to be that person that you want to be.
And then, of course, we've got our new calendar section up on the website. Make sure you guys check that out.
That's super awesome.
California City. I don't know, marijuana mecca.
There's still available properties from what the realtor said, and
That's
I think,
right.
hey, you know what? If everybody was working together or in close proximity to each other, then it might help make things easier.
100%.
I don't know. So things to think about.
Of course, our favorite, the Sploofy.
Oh yeah,
rocking it with the Sploofy.
Oh yeah.
And all that being said, I am RJ.
I'm Mr. G.
And this has been the
Contact Buzz.
We'll see you next time.